So you wanna learn about the Berserker? Well, be ready to listen closely, because you will learn from the master himself. Before moving on, the video is long, because I share literally all things I know from the Berserker, and I know everything. Even guides you could find didn't talk about what you're about to watch, or even worse, they lie to you like Takedown. So take a seat, the chapter you want to know, and even if you are a veteran with 1000 hours in game, you will learn new things. Subscribe to show me your best support, like if you enjoyed the video, and enjoy the show. First, let's talk about the old Berserker. The old Berserker got nerfed under the explanation of his ability to do corner challenge. During his nerf, I made 4 videos about Medic, Firebug, Demolitionist, and Survivalist doing corner challenge as well. All of them was a win, but the Berserker nerfed couldn't stay alive. The real reason behind his nerf was because of player running around the map with a full speed and health regen. I'm not gonna lie, even me I had enough, because I was killing all the big the last Berserker sent me by turning around the map with the Eviscerator, and I was with a Crovel and a Railgun. I humiliated a lot of Berserker for their cowardness. Now that he is nerfed, the remaining perk that keep running like a headless chicken is the Gunslinger, and that's why I hate him so much. And since his nerf, all Berserker turned Medic using Hemoclobber and melee. The Medic got nerfed as well because of those dumbass, and what we call it back then Berserker, and as a Survivalist using melee. But let me tell you this, the Survivalist melee is twice weaker than any Berserker. The role of the Berserker is easy, take damage, take the pain for the team. If you go solo, I won't bet on you, since after his nerf, I see only one player survive alone, and me because I'm unkillable using Berserker. So the primary role is to keep the Zed busy. You can be a bait so a Demolitionist can shoot a deadly rocket, but I won't lie, this is boring if the Berserker is used as a bait for stronger perks. First because a SWAT support or any perks can be a bait, and because if well used, Berserker alone can kill all the Zed in a single lane without even walking back. Though Berserker is the 7th best perks of Killing Floor 2, but I will share why I put him in 7 in a video talking about tier list of all perks, where of course the Firebug is top 1. If you are able to stay alive in a lane without the help of the medic or any player, feel free to do it, otherwise, in a lot of game you're just gonna be a bait for stronger long range perks. And if you like to go solo but player cry about the fact you are not in team as I got in a live stream, you can tell them to go fuck themselves. Because in a full team of Firebug or Demolitionist, the Berserker can't kill anything. So if you can survive an online game in a spot alone without running and without the team but in a full lobby of 6 players and reach the top 1 or 2 in kill score, you belong into the best Berserkers out there. Because as I said, I've seen only one player older than me doing this since his nerf and survive. So those who cry about you being alone are just weaker players, afraid for their life since the Berserker is not here to save them. Master of Killing Floor 2. Yes, let me explain. As a gunslinger, you need to know each map to know where you're gonna run. As a demolitionist, you need to know when to shoot. As a medic, when to heal and shoot. As a support, aim the head of big and bash trash Zed. All perks need at least one skill or knowledge to be good. As a Berserker, you need to fully know the moveset each Zed have, each damage they deal, each weapon you will use because their hitbox change, so the headshot will be different depending on the weapon you take, along the damage received when parry with them. You need to know when you're gonna heal, know all the maps so you can fight and while back without getting stuck, and you need to know the IA of the game. The best example I can give for the IA is this simple fight against the King Fleshpound. I know that King Fleshpound can do a critical only if a player is too close and he's just turn hungry. The second he stops taunting the player he just killed, he does a critical. And I knew this because I mastered this perk more than any other one. So I parry it before he even do the moveset, avoiding me to take full 70 damage in my mouth. That's what the Berserker is. A master that reads through the mind of the game and exactly know what to do to beat the shit out of every Zed he will face. If you don't know all of this, especially after his nerf, you better go in hard and suicidal, or have a medic to carry your fat ass in hell on earth. But even with medic, I've seen a lot of Berserker die because of their own stupid fights. But here I speak as a master that can face any boss in melee and kill it even without medic or if the team is dead. So at the end of the video, my child, you will know how to stay alive without anyone and without running at all. The bonus perk on damage reduction of 10%. Yeah, it's not better than the silver list, but the silver list can't even match the Berserker using a Crovel. Believe me. Clothes won't be able to grab the Berserker and night vision is added. Also, I have a personal strategy I used when I got enough of getting shoot by 100 of crawler. Throwing 2 grenades gonna kill all the crawler hits twice, avoiding damage you don't want to take. And when fighting a flesh spawn, avoid the grenade. The second the MP is removed, he turns angry and can do a critical without hitting the ground, making the fight way harder than if you do his ground pounding first. The strength here comes from many things: the skill taken, the weapon taken, your reflex and your ability to aim the head of Zeds, because aim the head when doing a side hit is easier than the back or front attack, so here only practice and experience will make you stronger. Berserker is able to take all the game can send him, even a hold, a system that makes the game focus one player to take him down at all cost, without the help of the medic. Or you can just run like a core one that have speed bonus and health regen. To be stronger, don't skip the gameplay chapter, because I share things you didn't know for sure. Weakness depends on your ability to play and the weapon you choose. In the case of a boss fight, taking the skill Dreadnought can be tricky and need a medic to be unkillable. Without, Skirmisher is better to run faster and have 1 HP regen each second. If well mastered, nothing can kill you as a Berserker, no matter the build. Well, okay, the only weakness I had is 3 flesh spawn hungry one by one, shedding me only critical, killing me little bit by little bit when I had less than 40 health during this chain of critical. So yeah, his weakness is 3 flesh spawn alone, doing only critical hits one by one when you don't have health, and it's really hard to end in this situation. Before any build, do you actually know the melee gameplay? Melee works like this. You have 4 directions to go: front, back, left, right. Moving to those directions when doing an attack will trigger different attack move with the melee. Some weapons allow you to even make a diagonal light attack by moving back to the right or left. This is the most important note because all weapons will have different moveset, making them easier to use with different hitbox. Those movements are your main and strongest way to beat Zed. Light attack are fast and heavy are slow, but deal more damage. That's the basic. Doing a front or back attack deal more damage than a left or right swing, so you want to focus front and back hits on Zed that will survive a side attack. For example, Road Red Hammer, if level max, will destroy most Zed in left or right light attack in headshot, but you need to know what Zed gonna survive those movesets to kill them instead in a heavy side or front back light attack. Like this, you don't need to double tap any Zed you're gonna face. This is the advanced knowledge. Use the fastest move and attack on Zed that won't survive. Like this, only big will survive more than 1 hit in the head. Also warn you, only heavy hits on the head will turn the Berserker as a monster killer. I've spotted a shitload of Berserker or even serverless doing light attack, not even focus the head, making them the worst player in hell on earth. A field medic aiming the head will be deadlier than a Berserker smashing light attack without headshot. And the field medic have 0% damage boost, so a simple heavy hit on the head is enough to kill all Zed unless it's a big, and light attack only on trash if that's one-shot them. Also, since heavy is slower, you can perfectly time some attack to one-shot a Zed before he even touch you. Some weapons are made specially for light attack, like the Katana, but you will always deal less damage. I witnessed a dude using Katana getting pushed by a single flesh spawn on outpost when I was support. The dude fight for 30 seconds to kill this solo flesh spawn because he was using light attack and he didn't aim the head. He only survived because of the medic focus him and I was keeping the Zed away from the dude. So heavy hits is the key. With parry. Yes, you can parry. The fuck you play Berserker or melee weapon without knowing this, my man. Even without the skill parry that increases damage and resistance, parry are still your main way to avoid damage. With dodge, but no one dodge in this game. If you want to know how to dodge, I explain it in Tips and Tricks part 1, and as a Berserker I always do those dodge, especially with skirmish skill since I'm fast as fuck. Parry reduces incoming damage from 20 with the knife to the max of Bonecrusher with 70%, but that's not stop here. The glow and orange effect on Zed's weapon are here especially for the Berserker or any melee weapons. It means you can't parry this attack. That's a real tip the game gives you. But no, You can parry those hits and reduce the damage. What those glowing things are in reality is information about the perfect parry. When a Zed is perfect parry, you will see a green shield on your FOV. The Zed stop his combo by being pushed back or just stopped, meaning you can strike back and deal a deadly hit. If a glowing attack is showed, that gives info that the Zed won't stop his combo even with a perfect parry. So on those, you can either jump as shared in a tips and trick to get pushed and avoid the damage of the combo, or keep the parry raised to reduce all incoming hits. For example, Hans Judge's attacks can't be perfect parry, so you better one back a bit and it will stop his attack, otherwise you will see your health melt even with parry raise. Some attack from boss can be stumbled by the perfect parry. With the heal of any player using healing weapon, not even need a medic, the Berserker will be able to stay in front fight, making the team safe as fuck. Also, bash change depending on the weapon type. Blunt weapon will easily stumble all Zed, while slash deal more damage in a longer range, but have barely no stumble effect. Tips time! Have you noticed almost all Zed starts hitting by moving their heads to the right? Strike first attack and hand almost all of his combo with his Zed to his right. Go fast and girlfriend. Slasher. Husk always have their pack to their right. Either standing in from the right if you stay in front, or he can do a dash showing his weak point to his right. And even flesh pound. I bet all of this never been showed in any guide, or you didn't even notice. Those movements are opening to deal deadly damage in melee, killing in one hit or Z easier on the weapon that have a moveset starting from the bottom left to the upper right. That means weapons like Crovel, Battleaxe, Hemoclobber, Pulveriser will have a huge advantage to deal headshot easier than most weapons of the Berserker, making them the best to kill by headshot. And when in front of flesh pound, you can deal headshots when they pound the ground to kill them faster than with any other weapon. To go further on the gameplay, the camera impacts the melee. If you do a sad attack in Z time, you can change the line where the weapon gonna hit by moving the camera. Mean you can hit a crawler and a go fast in the same hit if you move the camera fast enough, because the weapon gonna hit a drawn of line. If you hit at the start of it, you can still hit something else at the end. This mechanism works even without Z time, but you need real good reflex to do it. And since you can hit at the start of the line, you can bash to cancel the foot animation and chain and navigate fast, dealing more damage per second. Also, a lot of things shared in tips and tricks video are used as a Berserker to become even more deadlier, like jump when running, like this in the air you start an attack and you kill a Z that was far away. The bash to cancel the full animation of each heavy hit, mean you can chain heavy hit faster if you bash when the weapon touches Z, and many other tips. So watch them all and use the gameplay mechanism I share in it to your advantage and become unkillable. We're gonna talk about the build, the Melee Master and the Martial Arts. Yes, Martial Arts was a fantasy of a new and lost perks, but too close of the Berserker, he never show his face. Since the nerf, you can build him to become the Martial Arts. The Martial Arts will be based on fast melee strike and ranged weapon. You don't want to stay in front fights all of the time, or even never, using only ranged weapon during the entire game. The skill needed is Skirmisher to engage in melee and retreat without trouble. It's with this skill that I learned how to dodge Scrake, Hans, Matriarch, and all Z that can be dodged to the point I do it even without speed bonus. Vampire or Butcher will only depend on your gameplay. Since you are melee and ranged, you can stay close until you reach low HP and heal by killing Z from far away with Vampire. It's really easy to win a game with Martial Art build using Vampire. But Take Butcher is way deadlier, making all ranged weapon way more deadly, almost turning you as a long range weapon only, because front is way less safe without Vampire. Resistance. Since you don't want to stay in close fights all of the time, you don't parry a lot, and with the speed you can dodge all Z but Fleshpound and QP. Mean parry skill is useless. And the last skill, Spartan. You attack and move at full speed during the Z time. If a commander extends it, you can remove all the big in front of you without trouble using the Nailgun. I didn't talk about Smash or Massacre because it's based on melee, but use Smash by default. You will understand why. Personally, I didn't use this martial arts a lot, because SWAT or Gunslinger is better as a ranged perk. And when I play Berserker, I want to beat the shit out of Z to the point the floor is filled with guts. Yeah, I'm mentally stable, okay? The Melee Master here is the melee build. The build requires you to know each weapon you will use, and if you know all of them, You'll become a master like me, knowing each of their movesets and how to use them at full potency. To become master, you need Dreadnought to have 200 health. Using Skirmisher with only melee require a huge ability to survive alone, and I never see anyone survive using it, even in big map, so take Dreadnought to stay alive. Vampire so you can be healed a bit each kill. Parry to decrease the damage received, increase your damage and it hits a bit faster. Smash or Massacre. First, the only reason to play Massacre is that you're using a Katana, Iron Thruster, Blood Cycle or Frost Fang. Use Massacre mean all trash won't even touch you because you want to do only side attack to reach all Zed. Using light attack mean big will be a huge trouble. Your max damage is 110%. As a smash skill, the hit you want to focus is heavy, with 130% damage, and if you hit a head, 155 instead, along making all Zed easily stumble, up to 3 times in a row on Scrake, and as we're gonna see later, almost all weapons kill a Scrake in 3 headshots, so smash mean you remove all Scrake from the game alone. It's the best. And since light attack also have the headshot damage bonus, you can easily one-shot all trash or medium with a simple left or right swing. To give an example, that's the Crovel level max against a Strike with 6 players HP scale, and he is dead before I even finish my sentence. So you want Smash, and during the Z time, you want Berserker Rage, that's gonna bring you back from 10 health to 110, and if another Z is killed, max health. And since a good Berserker chain headshot and multiple kill, Z time is doomed to start at any moment, and give you full life. As a bonus, more time is spent without Z-Time, more the Z-Time is easier to trigger. So if you count the time, you know when a Z-Time will be triggered, so you can stay in front of Z even at low health, because you know the Z-Time will be there. Each weapon of the Berserker are strong and unique, with unit effect, range damage moveset, and have at least one weakness to avoid all weapons being too strong. So the weapon you take will depend if you like it, and if it does what you want. If level max, all weapon, well, almost all weapon will kill Scrake in 3 heavy hits in headshot. So here what matters the most on the weapon you will take will be the moveset they have, the tip of the damage between slash, blunt and X, the damage you will reduce when parry, their weakness, and if they have a special ability. The first category is slash, based on sword like knife, the Katana, Zweihander, Blood Cycle, Iron Thruster and Frost Fang. Bash will be a hit reaching far away Z, dealing more damage but not gonna stumble, still enough to stop an incoming hit. Axe, here only fire axe in this category, the axe will stun all Z hits on the head. If the body is touched, melee hit is needed to stun, making big easily removed even for a new player. And the last one, blunt, based on baseball ball, we have Road Redeemer if you had Road Redemption in your library, Hemoclobber, no comment, Pulveriser and Bonecrusher, the best weapon for parry enjoyer like me. Those weapons will deal insane stumble and headshot damage, so you can kill some big before they even touch you, and the bash deal extra stumble effect. There is also weapon without category like Crovel, Static Striker, Battleaxe and all ranged one, but we're gonna see all weapon. Before talking about the weapon themselves, some guides out there show some way to kill a big perfectly without getting hit. I got a question for you. Do you think you're in Tekken? You really expect a big to be alone when you're gonna fight him? Any of those takedowns are fake. First because Bash don't always consider an incoming Fleshpound or Scrake. Then because it's literally a 1 vs 1 scenario. In Killing Floor 2, if you haven't noticed, you have one Scrake with on his side a Bloat, a Husk, a Cloud, Croner and many other Z. Those takedowns are the perfect dream of you doing a combo no one in a Z time gonna trouble, and a single Z gonna push you, making the takedown impossible. Or your team gonna disturb, because a Bombardier will randomize the movement of Big, or a Sharpshooter will stumble the Big before you hit, so the takedown is dead before you even start it. The only reason to run those are at the end of the wave, where you are solo against a single Big. That's it. And this solo Big, even without takedown, is not a threat for a Berserker. So the guide you see out there is first outdated, and then not accurate with a real gameplay once in game. The real guide of takedown I would give you tips with is the moveset of each weapon. I've seen the Crovel do the back movement. I ask myself, does he hit the head of the Fleshpound when he hit the ground? He does. Boom. New way to kill a Fleshpound easy. It's the same things with all weapons. You need to think by yourself to find your perfect takedown you can use, no matter if there is a Z with the big. And by takedown, I mean use the perfect attack depending on what move the big's gonna do. With of course the good range, because for this Crovel, if you're on a bad range, you won't hit the head. So going normal or suicidal, look the movement and attack Z do, and think about the moveset the weapon you use can do to counter them and kill them fast. Since I'm gonna talk about each weapon, pick the one you want to discover or know more about it. I'm gonna talk about them as level max. I warn again that all weapons are strong and have special move or ability to remove some Z easier. Also, on the description I will show information like range of the weapon, the speed of attack, and what Z the weapon won't kill easy or will have trouble with. Like this I can talk about the gameplay themselves. I started using the Crovel when I had to fight a Strike alone when the team was away on parry. And it was way before the level up update, so a weak Crovel beating the Strike showed me one thing: I could beat big with a simple Crovel and alone. And I started using it with a Railgun to kill Husk and Bloat. And I had mastered of this weapon, discovering the headshot on a fleshpoint that hit the ground, killing him before he could do shit with the back hit that reached every Z head easy, and with it I even one-shot Edon doing a back hit during a jump. This Crovel became my second best weapon if I want to try out the game. But that's not all. Crovel is the only weapon to do slash damage with light attack and blunt damage with heavy hits. And that's why I start using Crovel all of the time. Light attack on head of all trash to kill them fast, and heavy on every other Z that gonna dare survive the power of the Gravedigger. Though careful on your health, since parry is weak, a team of Quadrupon become more deadlier than a team of Fleshpound. Piranha Pistol is a small and weaker version of the Eviscerator. It was released the next update after the Berserker got nerfed, feeling like we never thing, and we ask you to buy the solution. Clearly, this weapon is for the gunslinger, and even the gunslinger don't need it if he's a master coward. A master of running. So I never use it because of the backstab tripwire it does with this weapon after the nerf of the Berserker. But the weapon itself did good damage, the bash also do better damage in headshot, and you still can parry. But you need a line of Z to avoid ammo waste. So if they are all around you, good luck to kill them all. You will probably die. So any melee, even the knife, is better when you are surrounded. If you want a real good long range weapon, take the Nailgun. And the Nailgun is here! Strong, not better than in the hand of a support, but in the time with martial art build, you can quickly go in front of big, killing them, and then wall back. Other than this, I never use it as a Berserker. If you want more of this Nailgun, go check Meet the Support and Support is Broken, where I give a lot of credit for it, chaining big like there was a simple bloat. But if you really want to use the Nailgun as a Berserker, you need to stay close and know how to dodge. Like this, Strike won't move when you turn them, and Fleshpound will be killed before he hits. Katana is a weapon I barely played, because Crovel is free was better for his mix of slash, blunt and stumble ability. Here Katana will be good on trash and medium with Massacre, because he had the fastest hit per second of the game, though many hits doesn't mean many damage. So against big, especially Fleshpound and Quadrupon, heavy is better, and even using heavy hits, aiming the head, I take 3 more time to kill a Fleshpound than any Crovel level 0. When many of them shows up, I was destroyed and pushed. Crovel is better than the Katana unless you like dealing no damage, but that's up to you. Also for all of you weeb out there, build the Katana when doing an heavy hit will make a special fast heavy hit. You can do that every time you pull out the weapon. Road Redeemer is an actually better Katana than the Katana. First because blunt means stumble on big, next because you don't want Massacre. Level max is solo all trash and most medium in light attack, sideway, mean it's strong as fuck. To remove a strength the fastest way, it's heavy hits and a combo of fast attack. But full heavy work too and are more safe to do. On Quadrupon and Fleshpound, you won't only to do heavy hits. But if something disturbs the fight against a single big, it's gonna be hard to aim the head. Also, bug to know, the heavy left hit is not a line of damage, but it's focused in a single dot. That means it's useless against multiple Z, so avoid to do that at all costs. Though I love taking this weapon. This reminds me Lucille from The Walking Dead, and I love Negan. Fire Axe. As said before, headshot will stun big and they become easy to kill. though it's a slow weapon to swing, so it's better to take care of what's gonna kill you faster. Crawler are deadlier than Slasher, so focus Crawler. Since it's a slow weapon, I would advise you to use the Hemoclobber, not for the heal, but to kill all the trash around you in a simple heavy hit. Otherwise, you can be sure to take extra and use less damage. Hemoclobber is the next nerf Berserker got. We was all argued that the Berserker resistance should be the only things he need to keep, and Hemoclobber need a nerf. I mean, all Berserker was out, but what makes me angry here is how stupidly players use it. Only to heal themselves on a weak heal of 15, where a single crawler heal 48. But I've already shown what's heal better than the Hemoclobber on Survivalist, so we're gonna skip his healing ability. When you have this weapon, a heavy hit trigger a healing area and damage, mean you are doomed to use light attack, and as I said before, light attack are weak as fuck, so you are not useful. I'm talking about you too, Survivalist. If only there was a way to use heavy hits without using ammo. And there is! Stop reloading! Just empty the mag into a friend and buy the 2 ammo spent. This is how I specially use the Hemoclobber. Like this I can spam heavy attack, and heal is not even there to save me because Zeds do it by refine me full life with Berserker Rage. So the healing fog is here to deal damage to multiple targets and poison them. Like in this record, where I got cornered. Otherwise, full heavy, and if you see the gameplay I showed you since then, you see the wallback hit I shared and tell you it's the best to do headshots, so max damage, and ammo level max doing heavy hits is deadly as fuck. Panic Z because of poison, means Crack is solo by yourself, blunt damage, so 3 heavy hits to kill a Crack, and Fleshborn will die too, so stop using it as a healing weapon since you're gonna heal with Z time. But as a real weapon by empty the mag, use heavy hits and reload to remove multiple Z, you're sure you will have trouble to kill. For the real healing, I'll now show you 3 weapons to heal yourself, because they are parts of the Berserker gameplay. Medic missing here is better than your trampy Hemoclobber when you need heal. The weapon gonna heal you 50 health when you're gonna shoot the ground or wall at a good range. If you have trouble healing yourself, you can shoot when jumping to increase the range, making the explosive closer to you. But with training, you can heal without jumping. And just like Medic, the weapon is good against Fleshborn and Quadrupon. So instead of me getting wrecked by 3 Fleshborn on a stair using Road Redeemer, here I take the missing Medic to kill them all faster and safer. Or heal a teammate because I can heal with it. It also can be taken with the 2 most broken weapons Berserker have, Bonecrusher and Iron Thruster. It's one of the weapons I use as a Berserker to be sure to stay alive, but doing this results of a win, so it's not fun. And there is another weapon that's gonna do a greater heal if you kill a Z with. The Corruptor Carabine. Remind you me the medic? I've said the Searing doesn't charge faster with the medic unlike all other medic weapons. It's because that's not a medic weapon, it's a Berserker weapon. And I'm gonna prove you it's a Berserker weapon. On the next update after the nerf of the Berserker, Trapware shared new paid weapon, the Piranha pistol we saw for the Berserker, with Corruptor Carabine. Like this, you need to buy the weapon to balance the nerf. You understand why I was so upset about his nerf? It's not because of player, we all have reason to like or dislike the nerf. But I'm upset because Trapware nerfed the Berserker to sell the next update 2 weapons to increase the survivability they removed from him. And I bet we're gonna have backstab like this on Killing Floor 3. Let's go back to the Corruptor. To use it, take the weapon when you fall around 120 health. All over if you feel confident. Take a trash, corrupt him, and kill him right away with a shoot. Stay a bit in the healing gas, and there you go, 45 health back, and you can chain another trash to heal 90 fucking health without the help of a medic. Do you understand why I'm unkillable with the Berserker? Between full life of Z time and personal heal from Vampire, with 90 health of Corruptor when I need it, nothing can kill me. But I warn you, the reason I said the weakness of the Berserker is 3 Fleshborn hungry alone, it's because this weapon need a sacrifice to heal you, and in this situation I had only 3 Fleshborn on me, and since it was the last Z, I couldn't heal, where missing medic would save me if I had it with me. But if I can't die, where's the challenge? You now know 2 weapons to heal you better than any medic, because they're gonna be on your demand. Stop using ammo with the stupid 15 as a survivalist or Berserker, because there is better choice, my friend. There is also Grenade Launcher to heal you 80, but that means you will be doomed to stay with a weaker melee weapon, so I don't recommend it. Zweihander. Not gonna lie, I didn't use this weapon since I left PS4. But this weapon is a mix between slash and blunt damage, because the headshot damage is insanely high. And if well used, it's more deadly than a Bonecrusher, because here, the big knife sword have a long range to remove in a swing or trash, where Bonecrusher would have trouble with Crawler. The weapon have a huge range and won't hit the back of Zed, things Iron Cluster and Berserker does, due to a too long range or bug. So it's the best long-range headshot related weapon if you want to feel a bit safer and deadly. Believe me, it still kicks a lot of ass like a champ. Okay, I right, the Pulveriser was bad, but I was dumb using it with only ammo. So what happened when we remove the ammo just like the Hemoclobber, level up the weapon, and do heavy hit? Okay, the Scrag got humiliated. Even on flesh spawn, you don't want to use the ammo. Here I recommend remove the ammo and reload to use the area damage only on big swarm of Zed or crowd upon. Since there are many, Angry Demon will damage the team and you will be safe. You can also use ammo on 2 or more flesh spawn, though careful on the reload. After an heavy hit, the animation of loading the next bullets can't be cancelled, so a critical hit during this will tear your ass. It's also easy to angry a flesh spawn after he just hit, making him chain another angry combo at you without any chance to parry. RNG Teslauncher is really deadly on all flesh tip Zed, mean only QP and flesh spawn will be resistant, but Strike need to be avoided if you want to keep ammo for trash and medium during the wave. So if you want a big Zed run jet killer, Nailgun is here. The Handfire will throw an EMP grenade that deals less damage from the casual one. The main shoot is also kinda like a fireball, so you can make Zed panics with enough burn effects with Arc in mid Firebug to kill a Zed with time. So trash need to be hit on the body to kill in one bullet and some time, and medium in headshot. Blood Cycle. Oh boy, how happy I was when I see this weapon, and how angry I was when I see his crappy heavy hits. That's almost never hit the head even when the pathway is straight in his face. Also, sometimes Zed don't even take damage, because why the fuck not? That's just bugged as fuck. It's just the worst weapon of the Berserker, because you can't hit the head, making it Massacre skill tips weapon. So here, you want to do only light attack all of the time, mean you are weak as fuck even against big. Battleaxe is better because you have the same purpose, and he is free, so don't take or even buy this weapon. Worst melee weapon ever. You can switch to fast damage to kill all trash easy, and heavy damage for medium and big, but since all hitbox is random, the damage is not here, and the stubborn is random as fuck. Just don't take the blood cycle. The only positive things is that with my new computer, I see all Zed explode in a sea of blood and guts. Eviscerator is the strongest weapon the Berserker have, but no one knows how to use it. I was on the way to train myself as an Eviscerator master on PS4, but I dropped because I had ammo issue with the chainsaw, making me bash all trash on my way. But with ammo and good practice, Strike are nothing. Even in crossfight, flesh spawn are nothing too. And all trash and medium die. This weapon is golden, and I invite you to try his power. I'll shoot through a sword that can bounce up to 5 times and you can take it back, so you can make a stack each end of wave with the remaining ammo, so you can take it back the next wave like a little ammo box. The bash is deadly with a long range, and the aim at chainsaw. If you combine those 3 things, you have the stronger Berserker weapon, but since the chainsaw deals damage to 1 Zed at a time, you can be swarmed and hit by multiple Zed in melee, just like Piranha pistol. So this is more like a martial arts weapon, but melee experts can use it too. The Bonecrusher is the weapon I take when the game sends a horde on my ass, so I can be fully prepared. And let's be honest, I never die using it. Heavy hit will stumble. Too much heavy hit will put down Strike or boss. Yes, ants can be put down like a bitch. light attack does as much damage than a Road Redeemer level up. And Bash turned into a shield hit that gonna put down all big or medium twice easier than with the heavy hits, with 70% of the damage of a heavy hit. Meaning if you can't aim the head with an heavy swing, do a bash with the shield worth it, because it's still deadlier than a light attack. And Fleshpound can be pushed back, making them lost a lot of time. Also the parry will work on our ranged attack, not the one from Matriarch though. So either Husk, Patriarch Minigun and Rocket, along the rifle from Ant, making the best weapon against Ant Volter. And clearly the best melee weapon ever, even if Iron is special. The only weakness I have with this weapon is Crawler and Bloat. Other Zed is obliterated. Static Striker. I was so happy when this weapon got showed and happy to use it. Here clearly the weakness is Crawler because you have the lower range of all weapons, even knife have a bigger range, but nothing else. Heavy hits will MP all Z that survive, both include, and a Strike can be beat to death using the cancel bash and wall back hits like a dumbass until he dies, so you don't get touched at all. Or use a chain melee fist in his ass that look like it's face to head him. Fleshpound is also beat to death easy as fuck, and the bash does a lot of damage along reaching a bit far away. On boss it's super useful, Patty is the MP and Matriarch too, the parry is high and it's the best damage per second in melee if you chain him with the back heavy hits, cancel with bash and start another one, beating Zed to death. But dude, Crawler are much more deadlier than a Scrake or Fleshpound, so I don't always use the Static Striker because of those Spider-Man. Battleaxe is good to humiliate all Zed. I even push Ants out of the map with some friend in a tournament.
I push him, he dead.
Twice.
And he's not down. Oh. He's down. GG.
Yeah, it was my idea. And I took Battleaxe here because he is the strongest weapon to stumble with heavy hits, or push back all boss and big Zed with the bash, because the bash have the ability to push back Zed. With great damage especially on the head, if a Zed survives, he will be thrown away like the weakling he is. But in casual wave, Battleaxe is too slow to kill a swarm of trash. So here, all trash become the trouble. Once again, if you want to bring Hemoclobber to remove all trash, take it. It's one of the best options since you can't take any other healing weapon. Iron Thirster, aka the Zed remover. Only Fleshpound gonna take a lot of damage if not aim the head, and that's the things. This weapon have trouble touching the head of big. Since Tripwave fucked up the two last melee weapon, Blood Cycle and Iron Thirster, the back of the Scrake or Fleshpound gonna be hit when you aim the head and are too close, making this weapon tricky as fuck. Still, you remove everything but Fleshpound, even without aiming the head, because Scrake would panic, making them easily to kill. And I never got killed by Scrake using this weapon. Ever. Even after fighting 9 of them, I angry and solo for some training. And when you are in trouble, you can press reload to unleash a powerful wave of destruction. That's gonna stop angry Fleshpound or put down all Zed that's gonna survive if they are not angry, along pushing them away and killing all trash and medium. And I even push out of map some big Zed when doing the tournament I've said before, instead of losing time eating them all. So if you are smart, you can push off map Zed to insta-kill them. Parry is the best way to gain the ultimate, since a single good perfect parry can charge up to 5%. In front of trash, they all will hit you, charging the weapon really fast. Or heavy hits to gain 3% of charge per Z hit. So if you didn't have the ultimate, parry and heavy hit on body is better than killing the Z fast. When charged, focus the head to remove them faster, making this weapon golden and easy weapon to use. But not as strong than a Bonecrusher if well used, because as said, Bonecrusher only have a Crawler and Bloat as a weakness. Frost Fang. So for this one, I needed to bind the control of my DualShock myself because the gameplay is horrible without. Bash is in L3, so literally the stick I'm looking around, making the melee with Frost Fang almost impossible. So if you can, change the control too, or don't buy the weapon on console. This weapon have only light attack available, mean Massacre skill is better, and the main shoot is a nice edge shell. So when a big is freeze, go in front and cut him into pieces. The shoot is also good on Husk, Bloat and Troublemaker Zed. It's a good weapon, but not on Fleshpound. And I didn't know this, but as a survivalist with melee expert, the best in slots, since all the damage the weapon deal will be increased by 90 more damage. not only the melee like the Berserker or the 65 of the support. So as a survivalist using melee expert, remove Hemoclobber and take this goat that literally solo any strike with any healing weapon shared before. Yes, the knife is not to underestimate. I use it as a survivalist, as a support, and many other perks when I was doing video. Once again, light on trash that will have head removed, and heavy to stop an incoming hit from any medium. Focus the head and you will kill all medium easy. If you have an Eviscerator or Piranha pistol, taking the knife to kill Zed around you will be better. And for the challengers out there, with smash skill, the knife will stumble a strike every 3 heavy hits. I know this because back on PS4 when the Berserker was enough, I trained my fat ass only on knife during online game, making me the melee king of Killing Floor 2. And voila! This was all the weapon of the Berserker, all the moveset possible and the best way to use it, along the Berserker himself because he is my favorite perks. With training, you can become a Berserker able to survive without medic, and when you can, join Hell on Earth and show us how strong you've become. The fuck I'm talking about? I didn't play Killing Floor 2 since Firebug is alive in cheat, and I bet I'll play all Firebug now. Huh? Anyway, more Killing Floor 2 video will follow, and the next video should be about one thing people doing beta of Killing Floor 3 didn't notice. And when Killing Floor 3 will be there, a really spicy Meet the Zed. Because on Killing Floor 2, the main weakness of Zed is the head, because the best way to avoid damage is killing them before they reach you. But on Killing Floor 3, the main weakness is their speed, since all specialists outrun the hit, so you can't lose if you are coward. Until the next video or game, I wish you a good night and have fun!